What's up everybody, Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I put up a poll yesterday asking you guys what type of video you wanted to see for today's episode. After looking at the results, it seems like there's a lot of you that wanted to see tutorials and a lot of you that wanted to see top 5s. However, top 5 did win by just a little bit. Not to worry, the tutorial is still coming, it's just not today. It's going to be in my next video. And today's exciting because we are also going to announce the first winner of giveaway May week 1, and we are going to announce the giveaway for week 2. But for right now, let's get started with covering my top 5 favorite decks of cards by Gemini. Before we get started, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
Now, as most of you guys know, I love Gemini Decks as a brand. I get all their cards when they come out. I make sure I always review them. I like to have the whole collection. It's a brand that I really believe in, from designs to concepts, just switching it up to really having their own place in the card community. So narrowing it down to just 5 was difficult, but I think I'm ready to go and I'm satisfied with my list. So let's get into it. All right, coming in at number 5, we have the Tempo playing cards. Really nice deck. I love almost every single thing about it. I think what puts this in the top 5 for me is the back design for sure. It's very reminiscent of like the Tally-Ho circle backs, but with a lot more color and a lot more simplistic and minimal designs and shapes. Now, I don't consider myself to be that great at cardistry, but I really love using this deck for like aerial shots, anything with spins. In general, just the flashy colors of this deck make it look really good in pretty much all flourishes. There is some level of customization that comes with this deck. For example, the hearts and diamonds are done in blue. There are some custom pips on the faces, and the court cards have been customized to match the colors of the deck. All right, so that was number 5, the Gemini Tempo playing cards. Coming in at number 4 is a deck that you guys probably know how much I love. It was a review that definitely had me very smitten over this deck, and that is the Gemini Dazzle playing cards. What can I say about this deck besides how much I absolutely love it? It features black and orange faces, which is a really nice color swap and also my favorite color combination. The back design is done in mostly black and white with this kind of abstract line work making up the back design, and I love that it has the orange tags in there, the Superfly tags in the middle. I really love that contrast. I mean, just in general, in terms of design, this has to be one of the biggest masterpieces that Tomas Pinson has ever put out. This is a deck that lends itself to things like cardistry, but also does have some appeal for Magic, as the faces of the cards are custom, but fairly easy to recognize. This is just a deck that you don't want to put down. Like, once you pick it up, this is the deck that you want to use all day. It's not one that you want to swap out for something else. It feels great, it looks great, it's just overall, it's basically a perfect deck. So we got Tempo, we got Dazzle. What's number 3? Number 3 is the Cheetah deck. Now, this deck didn't seem to be as popular or as hot of a seller as some of the other Gemini decks, but I really don't understand why, because I absolutely freaking love it. Features a very minimal back design with an extremely simplified version of cheetah print. It comes with almost completely bicycle standard faces, minus some customization on the court cards. I think this is probably some of the best court design that Tomas Pinson has ever done. I mean, look at that. It's bicycle standard, you know what it is, you can tell, you can interpret it, but the yellow, red, and black just really makes an impression on you. Like, once you see those court cards, you know what deck that they came from. Definitely one that I would recommend if you don't already own this deck. All right, so that is 3 decks down. Let's talk about my number 2 spot. Coming in at number 2 is the Superfly Stingray playing cards. This is one of the more OG Superfly decks. I believe it was actually one of the first ones. It might have been the second one. This is just a deck that like screams swag, if that makes sense. I love this minimalistic style back design with the kind of fingerprint pattern in there making these stripes, and then the pop of that red on the back design. It's very minimal, but at the same time it adds just a touch of modern to it that makes it a little bit more complex than some other cardistry decks. I love the work on the faces as well. Everything from the courts to the number faces and the jokers look striking. This is just one of those decks that I think has a lot of longevity. It's black, white, and red. Those are classic colors for cards that people love seeing. It's minimalistic enough for people that like minimal, but it's also got enough flair for people that like those more elaborate cardistry designs. I think just in general, this is one of those decks that for cardists, you really can't go wrong with. Not enough to say about how much I love this deck. I could talk all day about all of these, but let's move on. Before we get into my number one spot, I do have some honorable mentions. I won't do a full thing for these, but my honorable mentions would be the pizza deck. I love pizza. I love the design. I love the faces. I have reviewed all of these decks, by the way, so I'll link them all below if you want more information on any of these. My next honorable mention is the Superfly Royale playing cards. These are really, really nice. These came out last summer. Definitely one of the best handling Gemini decks. It's super thin, extremely crushed stock. It has great colors. It's a very attractive deck, and it's one that I really enjoy using. And my last honorable mention before we talk about my number one favorite Gemini deck is the Gemini Malibu. These are the V1. There is a V2 that comes in a different colorway. It's kind of yellow, purple, and pink, but I really love the blue and pink of the V1. These cards feel great, they look great, and they were one of the OG Gemini decks, so really, really like these. All right, so we had the Tempo coming in at number 5. We had the Dazzle at number 4, the Cheetah at number 3, the Stingray at number 2. The big question is, what is my number one favorite deck of cards by Gemini? Honestly, after thinking about it, I do love all these decks, but there's one Gemini line that I just cannot stop coming back to, and that is the Gemini Casino. Now, the red one is not specifically my favorite, it's just the one that I happen to be using today. But these cards come in all types of colors. There's like baby blue, royal blue, green, gold, orange, black. There's a purple one, and then there's even the Gemini Casino 1975 edition, which is in baby blue as well. Now, what I love about the OG Gemini Casino decks is it does have that kind of Dunes, Jerry's Nugget aesthetic. It looks really, really clean. It's a very classy style casino deck. It does have these little border breaks on the side, which make for very interesting fans and giant fans, but overall, I just love the clean casino style aesthetic that this deck follows. A lot of you guys know I love casino decks, so that definitely helped make this decision a little bit easier. But the other thing is this is just a deck that I can't get enough of in general. I love every single color. It's kind of like Nox, you know, so if there's a specific color of deck you want to use, for those of you that are into that sort of thing, you have a ton of colors to choose from. There's a lot of longevity here. It's a good workers deck. It's good for cardistry, and it's printed at the highest quality paper stock. So, you know, it just checks every single box for me. If I had to choose specifically what my favorite color of the Gemini Casino would be, I think red would definitely be a big contender, but I'm also a huge fan of the 1975 blue edition, and of course the black edition, since it is black and orange. It's, again, my favorite color combination. It just looks super clean, super sharp. Absolutely love it. So that is my list of my top 5 favorite decks by Gemini, including some honorable mentions. All right, so now that we have talked about that, let me give you guys some updates. First of all, I want to say congratulations to our week 1 winner for Giveaway May, and that is David Crawford. So David, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling 3 random decks out of the mystery box and shipping them out to you at the end of this month. Make sure you send me a DM on Instagram to claim your prize, and I will ask that if you're international that you pay for shipping. If that's not doable, let me know and we will work something out. All right, now seeing as we are officially in week 2 of Giveaway May, it is time to announce yet another giveaway. Now for week 2, I am going to be also giving away 3 random decks out of this brick box. One lucky winner is going to be able to claim that prize in next Saturday's video. All you have to do to enter that giveaway is make sure you like this video, make sure you are a subscriber and you enable those notification bells. And the third thing is comment below which playing card you think I am holding, so what you think the face of this card is. For those of you that get it right, I will be choosing one of you as the winner. And just so you know that I am not cheating, I am going to turn this card over and cut that part out of the video and show it at the entry for next Saturday. I'll pick a winner and announce that next Saturday along with another giveaway for week 3 of Giveaway May. With all that being said, I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day. I know I will. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
go.